In New York's Rockefeller Plaza, there's a sepia tone mural in the lobby of 30 Rock, which covers up the original Diego Rivera murals that were apparently just too controversial at the time. The rest of the complex is dominated by murals and sculpture and outdoor artwork, the most prominent piece being the gold statue of Prometheus. Prometheus is the character from Greek mythology who stole fire from the gods, which just proves that sometimes if you want to accomplish something, you have to perpetrate something of a fraud. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith. At Illinois Bridging Awareness, the something of a fraud we're perpetrating is the idea that in our affirmation we believe that God intends all good things for us, and our intention is that we're going to accomplish all good things, and our visualization is that we can see that all good things are manifesting around us. This last Saturday, we discussed and shared what we did on our summer vacation. Some people went to northern Michigan and visited a lighthouse. Some people went to Iowa, and some people just took a vacation in their own backyard or on their own back deck. This summer, we were on a journey together as we transitioned from connecting consciousness to our own platform. And I was reminded of that transition this weekend when I met with Maureen Riley and Jeff Moore, and they asked me again, really, some more details about that situation, and I was kind of taken aback by that because wow, it seems so long ago, and in many ways, completely irrelevant. This this weekend, I attended a gala for the Unity of Oak Park Church and was introduced somewhat to their philosophy, and their philosophy was the idea that we need to claim our own power, and we need to claim our own power first before we can be of any benefit or help to the larger community or society around us. That claiming our power before we give it away, we need to have something before we can just give it away to an organization, to our family, to our company, to a political party. We need to really hone in on empowering ourselves and being the amazing individuals that we're all intended to be. And that I thought was somewhat counter to my church experience, which always seems to be about disavowing ourselves and giving our power to something else, to an institution or to a belief system or to a creed. But back to our transition from connecting consciousness. At Unity, I was reminded that it's all about connecting, and it always has been about connecting, and that's what it still is about. And when it becomes about something else, then you're probably off course. My goal in connecting consciousness was always to do that, was to connect people. And during my conversation with Maureen and Jeff, I was struck by the idea that it worked. I mean, many great friendships and relationships have started thanks to the many connections we made through our journey together. And I think we are thankful to connecting consciousness for that. But as facilitator for all these friendships and relationships around the state, do I see that as giving up my power? No, I don't. I don't see it as giving up my power. I see it as being a vehicle for a greater good and for more people to claim their power. And if that's perpetrating something of a fraud, then I'm happy to be guilty of that. Last week on the call, Risa shared her vision that she had distilled from her reading of scripture, and she shared the idea that she saw the vision of God knocking. And she said there are three responses. There are the response of welcome, come on in, and the second response is I'm not quite ready yet, and the third response is I'm not interested. And I'm sure we're all somewhere on the spectrum, but hopefully we're not on the we're not interested end. But I think we can see that as the world continues to manifest kind of a wonky wonkiness, that we see that there are people on the spectrum, but we can see that God is knocking, and we hear his call, and whether we're not quite ready yet, at least he has our attention. And as much as we might think that there's a national revelation or a worldwide revelation that is intended through God's mission in the world, we probably can see that we're experiencing individually. God is reaching out to each one of us individually and personally. Last week, Jim Downs was on the call, and he reminded us again that God is infinite, and he's created us in a finite form so that we can magnify God's infinitive love in the world. Last couple weeks, President Trump was ridiculed for making a comment about how we have limited energy. It was in regards to exercise, and he believed that he wasn't a big fan of exercise because he thought we all have limited amount of energy, a finite amount of energy. And as I reflected on that, I thought, well, we can probably see that that's the case. We only have so much time and energy in this lifetime to dedicate and focus on issues and fulfilling our intention and living into our visualization that everything is working for the good. So we are going to focus a little bit more on our intention. How can we be the most intentional and be the most shrewd, the shrewd caretakers of our time and energy? If you would like to join us on the Saturday call or invite someone to the Saturday call, it's every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time. I will include my email in the description of this video, and I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.